Like I would literally go with some big old sweatpants like these. I don't. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't dress up every day. I probably dress up once a week. Sometimes never. Like sometimes you go to a party and it be dead ass nobody. Bruh. Like ass. Like it's horrible. I'm telling y'all, like it's bad. You're not gonna wanna go. But don't come in opening your legs, busting it wide open with any and everybody. Cause shit get around. Hey you guys, it's Shay here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, of course, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back, girl. What's up? I know I've been spamming you guys with vlogs, so I figured, you know what, today is gonna be a sit down video. Even though I'm not sitting down, I'm actually standing right now, but still, sit down video, type of video. You did. If you're not already following my socials, make sure you do so. And I also have my spam also down in my description box because I be spamming on there. I'm not gonna lie. The pictures in the post that don't make the main end up on the spam. Okay. As you guys can tell by today's title, today's video is gonna be a college advice video, but HBCU edition. Even though it is HBCU edition, I feel like any college student can take away something from this. It's pretty general, but it's very HBCU specific in a sense. So that's what we're gonna do. As you guys know, I attend Savannah State University, the illustrious. Okay, don't play with it. I was at the University of Pittsburgh for a year, which was my freshman year. Then I transferred over to Savannah State for my sophomore year, and I'm gonna be a junior now. So you know, I'm about to be a junior. So I've been in college for 2 years. I have 2 more left. So I feel like I've really gotten a good experience of both PWI and HBCU. So I feel like I can kind of give you guys like everything that I know. So I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys because I know I have a lot of college students that watch my videos, and I know I have a lot of girlies and guys, of course, that are also attending Savannah State University in the fall. So I figured, you know what, let me just put this video out there and give you guys, you know, a little what's the word, little, you know, a little something so you can kind of have like an idea of what you're getting yourself into, because a video like this is definitely something that I wish I had before I came to college. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I have a full-blown list on my phone of everything that I want to cover, and I also have a Q&A portion towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around and watch until the end because I asked you guys to give me some topics and some questions, you know. So the very first tip I want to get into is be disciplined. When I say discipline, I mean hold yourself accountable. You got to realize when you come to college, this is the real deal. This is adulthood that you're getting yourself into. Ain't no parents, ain't no teachers that are so nice that gonna let y'all slide. Like, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Don't rely on nobody else to remind you for an assignment, none of that. Like, be super disciplined and also plan out your days. This is a tip that like is really big because the notes are on my phone, by the way, so if y'all see me looking at my phone, that's what I'm looking at. The other tip is to really plan out your days. Like, plan what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, set goals for yourself, be organized, plan out your days, use a planner, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, a planner in college go hand in hand. Literally, that's literally what saved me. That's how I was able to end my semester with all A's every time. Like, that is literally what helps me so much. Planning out my days and writing down my assignments on my planner when I plan on doing them, their due dates, all of that. The way I kind of went about it is that every time my teacher would give me an assignment, I would go into my planner and write all the due dates. And even sometimes when they put out the syllabus the first couple weeks of classes, I go in my planner and I write all the due dates for all the assignments. And I also go in and write the day that I want to get it done. Let's say the assignment is due on Friday, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to procrastinate. I'm not gonna do it the day of, unless it's like an emergency or something. But let's say I want to get the assignments done 2 days ahead. That's one thing I always do. I always get the assignments done 2 days ahead because I know I have 2 days to get it done. Like, let's say on Wednesday I'm feeling a little lazy. I'm like, you know what, I have tomorrow to get it done. Instead of planning to do it the same day, when you procrastinate, now you don't feel like doing it, you don't got no choice but to do it. Or if it's a party on campus or something, now you gotta stay and do your homework because you didn't do your work beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So, and being at an HBCU, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. You ain't no telling if it's gonna be a kickback. Ain't no telling if it's gonna be a party. So, sooner you can get your assignments done, the better. Literally. So, like I was saying, let's say I have an assignment due on Friday. I'm gonna make sure I get it done on either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll write that on my planner. Do assignment due on Friday, because I know that if I get that assignment done out the way, I'm good. Especially being a Friday, it's kind of like a weekend, quote unquote. So it's like, it's parties, it's fun stuff to do on camp. You want to go hang out. You don't want to have to worry about no assignments. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely the biggest tip that helped me. Another thing I want to say, make sure that when you come to college, it's something that you truly want to do. I know a lot of us attend college because of peer pressure, because of our parents, because it is, you know, something that is generation. Like, that's kind of what our generation do. We just all go to college. But you also got to realize college ain't for everybody. Ain't nobody judging. Like, don't listen to nobody judging you. Because at the end of the day, when you're in college, you're doing the work for you. Like, you the one putting all the work in. You the one doing all these things. So don't let nobody like kind of like, you know, pressure you into school, because college is hard. And if you got to take that gap year, don't be afraid to take that gap year, because sometimes it's well needed. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, college is not for everybody, and it's the truth. Like, there's so many other ways to be successful without college. I'm not gonna lie. So if that degree and that diploma is not something that you truly want, don't even do it. I'm not gonna lie, because it's gonna be so much harder to force yourself to do something that you don't even want to do. Another thing, bring clothes, y'all. When I went to school, I brought all my clothes. So what I did is that obviously you leave for the fall semester in August. So when I left in August, I brought all my summer clothes with me. So shorts, crop tops, you know, stuff that like is short, cute, similar to this, like, you know, stuff for the summer. And then when I came home for Thanksgiving, which was in November, I brought half of my summer clothes home with me, and I took my winter clothes up to school with me. As you guys know, I go to Savannah State University, which is in Savannah, Georgia, and I live in Miami, Florida. So, you know, the weather up there is different from down here. So it gets pretty cold in Savannah. So what I did is that, like I said, in November for Thanksgiving, I brought most of my summer clothes down to Miami. You don't want to have too many clothes in your dorm, because I'm telling you, it's not that much space, it's not that much storage. So try to be smart when you do things. And then when I went home again for Christmas break, I brought all my summer clothes home to Miami and took the rest of my winter clothes up to Savannah. I see what I'm saying? I think it's just a smart way to kind of like keep your clothes organized and also like not have too much going on. And then eventually when I came back home for, what break was that? What was the break in March? Spring break? Yeah, spring break was in March. When I came home for spring break, I bought half of my winter clothes and I took half of my summer clothes back because it was still a little chilly a little bit, just a tad. So I still kept a couple sweaters and jackets and stuff, but most of my big coats and boots and all that stuff, I brought them back home because maybe it's spring break, like it's spring. The weather's getting better, it's getting hotter and stuff like that. Next topic is dorms. As far as living situation, you want to put yourself in the best living situation possible. Me personally, I actually enjoy and like the freshman dorms at Savannah State University. Well, most of them, Tiger Court and Tiger Place. You have a roommate, but you guys really have like your private rooms. You can put a curtain. I'll just share the bathroom and share the sink area, and obviously it's 2 sinks, so I really liked it. Now there's a Ville in the Commons, which are for upperclassmen. I know the Ville has like 4-person, 3-person, 2-1, and the Commons have 4, 3, 2, 1 as well, you know. And depending on what school you're attending, of course, every dorm situation is totally different, and it's very important to get information on that kind of stuff because ain't no telling. You don't want to get yourself in something that you don't want to get yourself in. Hey, let me tell y'all this right now. One of the biggest issues in college is roommate and living situations. Like roommates sometimes can be terrible. So don't come to school expecting, like, if you got OCD, don't come expecting your roommate to have OCD with you. I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing I had to realize. Like where I come from, I was taught to clean. With my parents that raised me, I had to clean every week, every Sunday. We knew it was cleaning day. Wake up early, we clean the whole house for the week, make sure it's nice, fresh, clean, all that. Straight from church, we clean our whole house. And you guys gotta understand that like everybody wasn't raised this way. Some people, their parents just did it for them. Some people. Something else that I forgot to mention, y'all, do not room with your closest friends in college. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of bonds break this way because it's, I mean, it's good to spend time with your friends, but spending overly too much time, y'all can get tired of each other, and that's how a lot of bonds break. So just be super careful with who you room with. I mean, I've seen some people room with their friends and they've been fine, but a lot of people that I know that room with their friends, the bonds always end up not working out. So just be super careful with dormings and rooming and stuff like that. Some people, their parents just babied them and did it for them, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't come to college expecting for someone to be the same as you. So you can help them if they're your friend or whatever the case may be, but just don't be expecting too much because you will have unrealistic expectations. And as far as parties, so parties are fun when you first get on campus. Like, you know, HBCU parties are lit, we have fun, we be having a ball. But I ain't gonna lie, after a while it gets boring, like real boring, like ass, like it's horrible. I'm telling y'all, like it's bad. You're not gonna want to go because it's just like the same music over and over again. It's the same girl shaking ass over and over again, and the same nigga catching it. So it's just like, it's the same thing. Sometimes the parties don't be hitting, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes you go to a party and it be dead ass nobody. Bruh. It'd be like 5 or 6 people. It'd be lame. Like that's how you know everybody don't go to parties every weekend. That's another thing you want to avoid. Don't be at a party every single weekend because now you looking like you ain't got no life. Okay, you'll have your fun, do your big one, but like be at every single party. Like every single party is crazy. Like you're gonna get bored easily, so you don't want to do that. And as far as transferring, as I told you guys, I am a transfer from University of Pittsburgh. So I came into my sophomore year like I didn't have no friends, even though I ended up staying in a freshman dorm, which was by choice because I wanted to meet new people. Like I didn't know nobody, like didn't know nobody. But the transfer process for me was pretty easy, which I'm very glad and very grateful for because I've heard some transfer horror stories, y'all, but oh my god. Anyways, but for me, for the most part, my credits transferred perfectly. The only credits that didn't transfer, well, I'm not gonna say they didn't transfer, they did transfer, but they didn't count towards my curriculum, is because I ended up changing my major. So that was the only reason why some of my credits didn't really count. But all my credits thankfully transferred. Like I feel like they make the transfer process so much easier for us college students nowadays. So it's definitely something that you don't have to worry about. Don't be afraid to transfer, y'all. Like if you're not happy where you at, deal. It's somewhat better for you. And another thing, y'all, let me just say this. A lot of people complain about schools in Savannah State or whatever the case may be. I gotta understand, whatever school you go to, there's pros and cons. No, you're not gonna go to a school that's perfect. No school is gonna check every single box of yours. So just keep that in mind. You just have to really pick your poison. That's just the way to put it, I ain't gonna lie. And another thing, like I was saying, like be social, get to know people. Don't be afraid to like go out your room and go and meet people. That's the thing with HBCU people. Like people are friendly, like they wanna get to know you, they wanna make connections, they wanna build build bonds with people. So don't sit in your room all day and like not want to make friends. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the biggest mistakes I made in high school. Like I kind of like closed everybody out. I didn't really want to talk to nobody because I always been somebody who's just super antisocial. And when I came to college, I promised myself, I'm like, you know what, you're gonna make friends because you ain't gonna be living this solo dolo lifestyle, because it's good to make friends, even though like I'd be trying to keep their circle small and stuff like that, which is cool. Yeah, and my circle's small too, but it's good to have those connections. It's good to know people, you know. They ain't gotta be your best buddy or your best friend, but to know those people is to just, it's good to know people. The more people, the better. And next up is to be active on campus. Y'all, I've been super active on campus lately. I'm about in 4 organizations. Some I can't say because I recently joined but so we haven't really like came out, you know what I'm saying. So but the 2 I can name is Players by the Sea and AMA, which is American Marketing Association, in which we do like business seminars and, you know, just learn about marketing and stuff like that. Those are the 2 that I'm in for sure, and I can tell you guys about. But the other 2 I can't really speak on right now, but you guys will know soon, you know. But yeah, join organizations on campus. So many orgs on every single HBCU campus that you can join, be involved on campus. That is one of the biggest ways to make friends. I literally met so many people when I joined Players by the Sea. If you guys are not familiar with the name Players by the Sea, it is an organization on campus at Savannah State University. It's like an acting organization for like theater students and stuff, and it's also open to like any student that is interested in theater. You don't have to be a theater major, but that's literally how I met like 75% of my friends. I'm not gonna lie, like I know so many people on Players by the Sea. Like we're all just super cool and we all hang out all the time, so it's like such a perfect way to make friends. Staying in your dorm room, you ain't gonna make no friends. Being on your couch, laid up, watching TV, complaining on Instagram how you ain't got no friends, ain't gonna make you no friends. You just really gotta go out there and make friends for real. And joining orgs on your campus is the biggest way. Take it from me. Another thing I want to say, make money. Use your resources. Some people, they like be on HBCU campus and don't be wanting to do nothing, baby. If you know how to do hair, lashes, wax, freaking, you know how to cook. Literally, like you can make so much money on HBCU campuses. Like I know one of my friends, she makes grapes. Girl, be making bread. I used to do hair sometimes on campus. I know this girl who does lashes. Like y'all, if you know how to do anything or even learn, like that is a great way to make money and like have a side hustle and be like, no, an entrepreneur, because why not? We are at HBCU, like we black, baby, we need all that stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about is dressing up. Like, no, us HBCU girlies were known for putting that shit on, okay? Let me tell y'all, I be dressing up, but I do not dress up every day. I don't. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't dress up every day. I probably dress up once a week. Sometimes never. Sometimes once a month. Literally, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got to my HBCU, I used to dress up every single day for like 2 weeks. After that, I was like, I literally stopped dressing up, because who cares? Like, yeah, you could put it on when it's necessary. I feel like you don't gotta put it on every day. That's my opinion. That's what I did. I put it on when I went to parties, went out, activities on campus and stuff like that. But putting that shit on every day, it gets tiring. Like putting on an outfit every single day, baby, who got clothes for all that? Who? Like I would literally go with some big old sweatpants like these and then a crop top. Like I do not be outside in a full-blown fit every single day. Nah, can't do that one. Can't do it. So that's just one of my biggest things. You don't gotta dress up every day. Don't feel pressure to dress up every day. You can look cute and stuff like that for class and, you know, sometimes and whatever, but you ain't gotta dress up every day. Nobody care like that. Another thing I want to talk about is classes. So one of my biggest things, avoid 8 a.m.s. Ugh. Listen, I had an 8 a.m. last semester, baby. I'm never taking that again. Don't take no 8 a.m.s. If you could take another time, take it, because 8 a.m.s are horrible. I hate 8 a.m.s, hate them. And as far as my class schedule, what I try to do, I try to take classes from 9 a.m. to like 2 o'clock. So I go to class at 9, which is a reasonable time, and then I be done with classes by like 2, 3 o'clock. There was a couple times where I had to take a 5 o'clock class, which I absolutely hated. 5 o'clock p.m. by the way. I had to take that because that was the only time that teacher was teaching, because he was teaching at another school. So that was the only time I was able to take, which it was just kind of aggravating, because it was like, think you're done and then you just got homework like that 5 o'clock. So it was kind of like tiring. 5 o'clock is my time to be, you know, home, relaxing, chilling, doing homework, whatever. So I didn't really like that. But for now, well, this semester that's coming up, I don't have none of that anymore. So I'm really glad about that. So I highly recommend that you take your classes like back to back as well. Like 9, 10, 11, so you know you're done. The first couple semesters, I was taking them with gaps in between, but I didn't really like that. Because like, let's say you're done with a class from like 9 to 10 a.m. then you go home, come back out 11:30 for a class, and it's just like, I don't know, it was like a lot of back and forth. And campus is humongous, so baby, all that back and forth in your dorm, and especially if you don't have a car your first semester or whatever the case may be, it's a lot of back and forth. So what I do is that when I wake up in the morning, I get ready, put on my fit, I go out the door, I know I get all my classes out of the way. Then by the time, you know, 2, 3 o'clock hit, I know I'm completely done with classes, and just take care of what I need to take care of, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. But obviously everybody like their schedule different. That's just my personal preference as far as my schedule. Avoid drama. Like, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's not cute. Like, it's never been cute, it's never gonna be cute. Don't be in drama. Don't be that girl or that guy that's just known to be in drama. That's just not cute, okay? So just don't do it. It's just not. Like, be classy, be grown, be mature. it ain't never that deep. Like, if you gotta cut somebody off, just cut them off. Like, don't try to make it beef fight. That's another thing. Fighting, you will get, like, it's not like you get detention like you're in high school. You get kicked off for semesters. You can lose your tuition money. You can, it's just so much, and it's just not worth it, okay? Let's talk about the number one. I really should have been number one in the video. Boys, y'all. Let me tell y'all, boys are just boys. Boys are gonna be boys. Football players, basketball players, I ain't got nothing to say, okay? But just know, like, it's not that serious. Do not come into HBCU thinking you're gonna have a full-blown relationship, be in love, y'all. You just might. I'm not gonna lie. The chances are pretty slim. You just might. But don't come in opening your legs, busting it wide open with any and everybody. Bruh. Cause shit get around. Like, it get around quick. At a HBCU, people talk, okay? People talk, and I'm speaking from experience, okay? People talk. So listen to me, hear me out. Not saying I was busting it wide open, not to that extent. It was something else that happened that got around, but it wasn't nothing to that extent where I was busting it wide open. Not to that extent, but I'm letting y'all know for real. Like, don't come to HBCU like busting it wide open, because especially with athletes, it would get around, or just with anybody, period. People talk. So keep the legs closed, or if it's gonna be like that, just keep it with one person. You know what I'm saying? Or two, however you prefer. But just don't be out there busting it wide open, because I'm telling y'all, people talk and rumors spread like this, because one thing might happen and then they spin the shit and it's a whole nother story down the line, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck, did I even do that? I didn't even do that. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be, so you just don't want to be in that situation, don't be in that predicament, because they be ODing with stories. I've heard stories from people I was like, what? Like, yeah, sometimes people will switch up the story just to make it seem worse than what it is. People like tea, they like drama, they like that. So don't be that person that just, you know what I mean? That's just out there doing that kind of stuff. Next up is what to be aware of. Honestly, personally, I don't think there's too much to be aware of besides boys and drama and rumors, because you don't want to be that person on campus that everybody looking sideways. Just don't be that person. So I don't know if there's too much to be aware of. Just understand that it is a learning experience. Just understand that when you come to college, it's a learning experience. The same way high school was, and the same way the transition from middle school to high school is a learning experience. It's pretty much the same for college, y'all. It's just that it's more adult like, you know what I mean? It's definitely a learning experience. So you're not gonna come there and there being perfect and knowing everything. You're not. It's not gonna be like that. Like, I've learned so much throughout my years of college, and I must admit, to me, the experience is worth it. A lot of people always ask, is college hard? Is college hard? College is as easy or as hard as you make it. You can make college easy, you can make college hard. College is easy for some people, college is hard for some people. It's literally totally depends. School for me, I'm not gonna say it's easy, and I'm not gonna say it's hard either, because when it's hard, I find ways to make it easy on myself. You get what I'm saying? I feel like college is hard when you like are doing things last minute, when you're always rushing, when you're always like, you know, procrastinating, or when you're not getting your work done. That's when it gets hard, because your grades and they start dropping, you start failing. Now you gotta come and make it back up, you know? And as far as my overall experience, I did kind of want to touch base on this. For me, my experience has literally been amazing. I'm really grateful to be able to attend college. I know everyone doesn't, you know, have that opportunity, unfortunately, so I'm super grateful. I've really been loving my college experience so far. I'm glad that I transferred to HBCU. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. It was super worth it, 100%. I'm really glad I did it. So if you've been thinking about it, listen, it's your sign, shawty. Honestly, my experience has been great. I do want to answer a couple questions that I've seen on my story. I did ask you guys to ask me a couple questions, so I'm gonna answer them really quick, just so you know. Yeah, okay, so first question, how can you keep up with being a serious student and influencer? The thought feels exhausting. So honestly, time management is the biggest thing, and knowing your priorities. Obviously, yeah, I'm an influencer, I'm a YouTuber, but believe it or not, school comes first. School is my #1 priority. Finishing school and graduating and getting my diploma and walking across that stage, baby, is the #1 thing, and that's what I'm in school for. So I make sure to keep my priorities straight. I get my schoolwork done first, and I get editing and content stuff done after. Even though sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I be slacking, I be putting content first sometimes, but I always gotta realize that, you know, my priorities is school, then content, then being a YouTuber and stuff like that. So it's all about setting your priorities and managing your time. How often do you dress up during the week? I told you guys I dress up probably once or twice, sometimes more, sometimes less. Honestly, it totally depends on like what kind of events are going on campus. Let's say, for example, homecoming week. I dress up every day, baby. It's homecoming, everybody on campus, all the alumni are here, like, you know, everybody's here. So I'm not gonna lie, I dressed up every day. First week of school, I also dressed up every day, and then after that, I really rarely dressed up unless it was a party or something fun going on campus and stuff like that. But I did not dress up every single day. I'm not gonna lie, it really totally depends on like what's going on campus. I didn't dress up just to dress up. No. I dress up if it was like an event, if I wanted to be cute for a class presentation or whatever the case may be. I ain't dressed up every day. You know, like, got time for that. Next up is balancing and adjusting to the college life, prioritizing the right things. Like I said, planning. Like, planning. That's the biggest thing that saved me. I know I keep saying that and it's probably repetitive at this point, but honestly, y'all, I must admit, like, planning my content and planning everything I had to do throughout the day truly saved me, because I'm someone that I like to see what I'm working on and like do it. Staying hygienic in college. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing about it. College is gonna stress you out to the point you ain't gonna want to do shit. But don't let that beat you up, because self-care is super important. Having a good and maintaining a good hygiene is very important. And also good like for your peers, because people be around you, people are gonna be smelling that and it's gonna be obvious, especially your roommate. So you don't want to be that person. Still take good care of yourself. I have my little shower caddy or whatever. I keep my soap, my, you know, everything in there that I need. You know, it's showers at the school. The shower, the water pressure don't be all that good, but baby, it's a shower. Okay, it's a shower. Ways to meet people as a freshman: joining orgs on campus, going to school, like, you know, activity stuff. Like they be having like a whole bunch of fun stuff on campus, especially HBCU campus. So I highly recommend attending those. And another way I would say, fried chicken Wednesday. That's another thing we have at HBCUs, where they serve fried chicken on every Wednesday, and you dress up pretty much for success. So you wear your business attire and all that cute stuff, and the Greeks are usually out there strolling and dancing, and everybody else, all the dance organizations are out there. You know, it's really fun. So that's another great way to meet people. Speak up, like let it be known that you're in the room, not in a weird way, but just like, hey, you know, weird outfit, cute. Like that's another way I made friends. So like, girl, you're cute. Well, I'm cute too, period. Okay, so we get to talking and stuff. So I don't know, that's the kind of way I did it. How does SSU lack of funding affect the students in your experience? It definitely affects us a little bit, especially athletes. I can say that, being an athlete myself. Definitely we don't have as much gear, or you know, sometimes transportation to games can be kind of tight. Like we have smaller buses, but football players get the big bus, baby. They the big ones, okay. The activities that we want, or we don't go all out for activities that we want because we don't have that in our budget. So those are kind of ways that it kind of affect us, to be completely honest. Or scholarships is another thing too. But I think that us HBCU students and us Tigers at SSU, baby, we make it work. We make it shake. We have the time of our lives at every event. We don't let that get to us whatsoever. Friends and relationships. Friends, you're gonna meet a lot of people. So just be ready for that. You're gonna meet a lot of people. You're gonna come across a lot of people. Everybody ain't your friend, so keep that in mind, and don't tell everybody your business, because everybody is not deserving to know your business. So make sure you remember that, because shit be getting around fast, okay? And everything, relationships. I was watching one of these videos and the girl was like, if you're coming into a relationship, break it up. It's not gonna work. Da, da, da. And to be real, it's true. I've seen some people work out. I've seen it, and I've seen some people not work out. So it's really totally about you guys' communication, especially if they're far away. It's gonna be hard, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Long distance is hard. I've had to do it my freshman year. Hated it. Didn't work out. Speaking from experience, once again, didn't work out. So it's hard to trust, especially if you got trust issues already, and y'all are at 2 different schools from 2 different states, baby, across the globe, across the country. It's gonna be hard. But if you guys love each other enough and you're willing to do it, it'll work. What to expect, and do you have to do everything that people are doing, parties, etc.? Honestly, no. Do what you want. Do what you consider fun. Me personally, I was at a couple parties, but I wasn't at every single party. Like, you know, I didn't OD. I was really at the fashion shows, the games. Like, that was my cup of tea. Basketball games, football games, and fashion shows on campus. Those are my top favorite. I love those. I'm at every one, okay? I wasn't at every party, but I was at fun things going on campus. And last question, someone asked me, how was it being there for my first year? Honestly, it was great. I'm really glad I attended Savannah State. It's one of the best. Like, I love Savannah State. I love my school. I love SSU, the biggest SSU. Okay, I'm a Tiger for life. Period. But yeah, it was kind of rocky at first, because I was a little skeptical, because I was like, damn, I hope I don't have to transfer, and I hope I like it. So I was really coming in super skeptical, but I did a lot of research and asked a lot of people that went there the pros and cons, and which thankfully for me, being social and, you know, doing that, it helped me kind of have an expectation as to what I was getting myself in. They told me that the school was fun, but one of the biggest things was like funding, and money was a big issue for us, which I was willing to go through because I'm more here for the experience, you know. So eventually I went. It was good. Loved it. My first year was great. I met so many amazing people. Everybody's super friendly and welcoming. So that was great. And another thing, I started making friends before I got there. So when I was there, I wasn't like, you know, I had already like knew a couple people from Instagram and had a couple mutuals. So when we saw each other, we started talking and stuff like that. So it's kind of how it was for me. So, but like, yeah, college is fun. Like, it's also about what you make it. So that's just that. That's pretty much the end of today's video. I hope I answered all you guys' questions, and I hope that this video was super helpful. If you guys have any other questions, if I didn't cover anything specifically, please comment down below. I'm going to reply to y'all comments and let y'all know, like, you know, more of anything that you guys want to know. So ask me any extra questions that you guys have down below, or feel free to DM me if you don't want to, you know, put the question on in the comment section or whatever the case may be, because I'm just the one, like, I'll be helping out people. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm that person, or that big sister, I guess you could say, that would help you out, because I wish sometimes I had that person in my life to really help me out and guide me through college, or, you know, coming to SSU or whatever. So if you're coming to SSU, welcome. Hey tigers. Feel free to DM me if you guys have any questions or about college or anything in general. I will be gladly to help if I can. So yeah, like I said, leave your comments and any questions down below. Make sure you guys are following all my socials if you're not, and also my spam, Living Life with Shae. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye y'all. Peace.